Now we are starting our topic, that is queue. So first of all, we must understand that queue we are referring, that is a FIFO, first in first out data structure. To understand the queue, I am taking a simple example. Let us suppose that we are having a line in which few people are standing. Just like you can see that there is a ticket counter where the people are standing, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 people are standing. Now, one is the first person who is coming at the ticket counter, and one will be the first person who will purchase the ticket from the ticket counter and go out. So that is called the queue, means who will come first will get the first. Now to make you understand the queue, I am taking a simple example. So let us suppose that we are having these two lines. These two lines are representing a simple queue. Now here the elements are coming. First of all, we are going to insert the first element. Let us suppose that is 1. And we should understand one thing. From this side, we are going to insert. So here we want to insert the 1. So this one will come here in the starting. So after inserting 1, this is the diagram. Now we are taking case by case, step by step. Now this diagram I am repeating again. So now this is the case 2 or the step 2. I again want to insert one more element. Let us suppose 9. So 9 will come after 1. We can understand this thing that there are two persons, one is 1 and one is 9. In the morning at 8 o'clock, the one has arrived, so he has inserted that element. Then afterward, at maybe 1 hour later, one more person, which is 9, comes. So 1 after the 9 is coming. Now whenever the turn comes, the 1 will be the person who will get first chance. That means if I say I want to delete element, then 1 will get the chance for the deletion. So I am making another step for the deletion. So this is the next step where I am going to delete the element, and to delete element I will take it from this side. So there the element which will come out will be 1. So 1 will be deleted. So the only element which is present into the queue is 9 because 1 is deleted. Now if suppose I want to delete one more element which is 9, so I am taking one more case. So this is the another case where I am going to delete one more element from here. Now the 9 will be deleted. So here the queue is empty. Now important thing to notice that from one side we are inserting the element and from other side we are deleting the element. So that is important about the queue. When we are going to insert, then we are going to insert from the rear end of the queue. So the last side of the queue is also called rear, and we are going to insert from the rear side, and rear is also called the tail of the queue. So we should understand one thing, the insertion usually happen from the tail. Now talking about the deletion is going on at the other step. Means there is another side from which we are going to delete the elements, and this is the head. So whenever we are talking about the deletion always done from the head side, or we also say it is at the front. Well, the popular names for the queue are the front and the rear, because front is the starting and rear is the ending, and always the elements are entered from the rear side and elements are deleted from the front side. So that is the definition of the queue. Queue is a linear list of elements where deletion take place at one end called front and insertion take place at another end called rear. So that means from rear side we are inserting and from front side we are deleting the elements. Now if we observe the insertion and deletion, then we know that the first element which was inserted, that was 1. So 1 was inserted at the first, and the first element which was deleted was also 1. So the insertion and deletion sequence are same, because first 1 is inserted, then 9 is inserted, and while deletion 1 is deleted, then 9 is deleted. That means it is going to the first in first out sequence. So we can say that the queue is first in first out. That means whosoever the element which will come first, that will be processed first. Now if I take about the examples of the queue, the first example of queue is that the customers at ticket counter. As we have seen in the diagram, the people who are waiting in the ticket counter, that is the example of queue, because we know that the people from 1 to 6, these are the people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are coming into this sequence, and obviously whosoever is the first one, that will get the first chance to get the ticket. So first person come, first get the ticket. So that is queue. Now another example is automobiles waiting in a line. Automobile means car, bus, truck. These vehicles who are waiting into a line for get the turn to pass something. So whosoever is on the first, that will cross the road first. So that is the example of queue. Another example of queue is programs waiting to be executed. We know that in the CPU the processing happens, and there are so many processes or the programs who are waiting to get processed by the CPU. So whenever the person gives a command, and the first process who is waiting, that will be executed. So programs waiting in the queue is also the example of queues. So these are the example of some queues, and now we are going to learn the representation of queue. Now we are discussing the representation. In the representation, I have taken an array. Now with the help of array, we are going to represent the queue. Let us suppose that there are certain elements which are present into the queue, supposingly 9, 5, 11, then 3, 2 and 6. Now these are the elements who are present into the queue. So the first element which is present here, there the front will point. So this first element, there the front is pointing. So this one is the front. Now many people also say the front as the head. So this one is the head, and the last element, it is the called the rear. So there the rear is pointing, and rear is also called the tail. Many of the times we are going to understand this with the front and rear, and we have already learned that at the rear side insertion is going to happen, and from the front side the deletion is going to happen. So now we are discussing the insertion and deletion into the queue. Now we are discussing the insertion and deletion in the queue. First of all, we must understand the thing that the left hand side we are considering to be the front. So this side we are assuming that this will be the front by default, and the right hand side we are assuming that it will be the rear. So while insertion we are going towards the rear, and while deletion we will focus on the front. So here in this diagram, front is on the left hand side, rear is on the right hand side. But first of all, we must know one thing: as it is the array representation, then all the spaces here are having the index values. Let us suppose that this one is the algorithm. So in the algorithm, always this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are the positions. Now we assume that there is no element inside this queue. Whenever there is no element into the queue, that is the case of underflow. Underflow means there is nothing inside the queue, and where the front and rear are pointing, Obviously they cannot point on any of the position. They are pointing to 1 minus the first position. So let us suppose that 0, that is the 1 minus the first position. So front and rear, they are pointing both to the 0. So if I talk about front, so front is 0, it is pointing to 0. And talking about the rear, rear is also pointing to the 0. Starting of the queue, whenever the queue is empty, so front and rear both are pointing to 0. Now is the time to insert an element, that is 7. So I am taking step by step representation. So I am taking another step. Now let us suppose that we want to insert an element here. Now we know that insertion always comes from the last, that is the rear. So insertion will be done at this place and we want to insert the element, that is 7. So while insertion, 7 will be going to the first place here. So first position we are having the 7. So 7 is inserted, and if we talk about the front and rear, they both will be pointing to the first index. So front is pointing to 1 as well as the rear is pointing to 1. That means there is only one element, that's why front and rear are pointing to 1. Now we are going to the another step where we want to insert one more element onto the queue. Here we are inserting one more element. An element will be inserted from the rear side. So there I am inserting the 2. This 2 will be becoming to the second index. So here the 2 is coming. Now the 2 is successfully inserted. And if we talk about the front and rear, front of the queue is remaining at the very first state. So it is pointing to the first position, but rear plus plus, rear is incremented, so rear is now pointing to the second position. Now similarly, if I has to insert few more elements, then these elements will be coming after the second position. So these elements will come. I am taking another step for that. So this one is another step. Let us suppose that we are going to insert more elements here. Let us suppose that I have inserted 9. So 9 will come here. Then if I insert 3, so 3 will come here. Then afterward if I insert 7, so 7 will come here. And if I insert one more element, let us suppose 6, so 6 will come here. So these elements are inserted. Now this complete queue is full. So here if we talk about the front, then front is pointing to the first position, and talking about the rear, then the rear is pointing to the last position, which is 6. So whenever the front is on the first position and rear is on the last position, there the queue is completely full. That is the case of overflow. That means there is no point that more elements will be inserted. So this is how the insertion take place at the rear side. Now we are working on the deletion. Now this is the another step. If I has to delete an element, then we know that the element will be deleted from the front side. So from here, from the front side, we are going to delete an element, and the element which will come out will be 7. So 7 will be deleted. So 7 is now not the part of this queue. So if I talk about the front, then front is incremented. It is going to the next position, where the rear is remaining at the last. So this is how the queue is working. Now I'm taking another step where I am deleting one more element. So now here we are going to delete one more element, and we know that deletion always done from the front side. So from here the element will be deleted, and the element deleted will be 2. So element 2 will be deleted, and this 2 will not be the part of queue now. So now the element 2 is deleted. and front is incremented. So if I talk about the front, then now the front is pointing to the third position, and if I talk about the rear, then the rear is at the same position. So this is how the queues are working. So this is the insertion and deletion into the queue. Now we are understanding the problem with the queue. To understand the problem in the queue, I have taken the last step where we have left the insertion and deletion, where there are 4 elements 9, 3, 7 and 6 at these specified positions, and we know that the front is pointing to the third position, and rear is pointing to the sixth position. Now we know that if I has to delete some element, then deletion always performed from the front side. That means elements will come out from here. So if I has to delete some element just like 9, then I can delete. There is no problem. Afterward I can delete 3. Then further I can delete 7. Then 6. I can delete all. No problem, one by one. So deletion here is not a problem. If I delete all the elements, queue will become empty. But talking about the insertion, we know that insertion work from the rear side. So insertion take place at the rear side, but at the rear side there is no block which is available. You can see that all the last blocks, just like 3, 4, 5 and 6, they are occupied, and afterward there is no block available. So that means we cannot insert here in this queue. But actually the queue is full. No, the queue is not full, because if you see the block number 1 and 2, they are having the spaces, means 2 elements can come inside in this queue. So deletion is possible, but insertion is not possible, because we are on to the last rear block. Even if the space is available, we cannot insert into this queue. So this is the linear queue. In the linear queue, at this stage we are having wastage of space. So sometimes in the linear queue there is a condition when the space got wasted. So this is a problem, that space in the linear queue got wasted. And if I talk about the solution, then the solution is circular queue. So the solution is circular queue. Now we know that whenever we are going to insert the elements, then afterward rear is going to increment, and here we are on to the last rear. That's why there is no further block. But if I connect the last block with the first block, and after doing the insertion, we can now insert to this block, because this block is connected with the rear. So if I insert the element here, then the next element will be inserted in this position. Just like if I say I have to insert 8, so 8 will be inserted here, and the new position of rear will be here, because rear will shift now. So rear will pointing to this position. So this is called the circular queue. So this is the new position of rear. So by using this circular queue, the space will be saved and there will be no wastage of space. So that is all about the queue.